Hello, good morning and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this edition of Northern Thailand. As you can see, I'm standing right by this river. This isn't any old river, this is the Mekong, and it's actually the border between Thailand and Laos. Just over my shoulder is Laos. That's the town of Huay Xai, and hopefully, I say hopefully because it's not a foregone conclusion, but I'm going to be taking my motorbike across the border tomorrow and start a series of videos from Laos, so you can watch those up in the top right hand corner of your screen now. But as for this video, it's going to be coming from Chiang Khong. Chiang Khong lies about 50 or so kilometers south of the historical town of Chiang Sen, which itself is only a few kilometers from the Golden Triangle, the point where Thailand, Laos and Myanmar all meet by rivers. There's a river that flows into the Mekong that divides Myanmar from Thailand. So you can watch videos all about those places up in the top of your screen now. But for this video, as I said, it comes from Chiang Khong. It's quite a sleepy town. There are some places to visit here. There's also, where you cross over to the border, there's Friendship Bridge No.4, I think it is, so we'll visit that. There's a couple of temples in town. There's a couple of historical sites which I need to check out as well. But here where I am, it's a park. And one of the claims to fame here is that they have very big catfish, Mekong catfish. And they actually grow them here, for a better word. They breed them and develop the fish before selling them on. And eating them, I think. I don't know, I'm not too sure if they eat them, but anyway. So we'll explore the town, see what there is here. There's also a very good vantage point on top of a hill with a temple, so we'll explore that. So anyway, let's get going. I'll explain a little bit about the history as we're walking around the park here. So let's get going. So just where I was standing is an immigration bureau, and this is the border checkpoint. But it's only for Thais and Lao. Us foreigners have to use the bridge now. But I first came to this town back in 2008, before the bridge was built. And this is where we came to cross over the river. We had to take one of these small boats and then cross over the river here. And just over there, I'll highlight it on the screen, is Lao immigration. In fact, they were on their lunch break when we got over there, so we had to wait for them to finish lunch and open back up again. Simple times, simple days back then. But I'll show you some pictures that I took from 2008 of this border crossing. They also took big trucks on ferries over, and they came out just along here, so I'll show you some pictures of how it used to be. So back in 2008, this is where I had to go to get across to Laos. There wasn't a big fancy office building here, just a little counter, and then this gateway here, I remember seeing a sign on top of it saying something like Gate to Indo-China, because that was the name that the French gave Laos, Cambodia and Vietnam, and it was on top of this gate. I'll show you a picture. So in a building right next door to the immigration office and upstairs is this museum of old photos from Chiang Khong. So we'll take a look. Okay, so this is Catfish Park, just upriver from the immigration office we were last at. And this is obviously very new by the looks of it, very snazzy, very colourful. And all the way along the side of the river here are cycle lanes and running paths. I mean, you can just see it in green just down there, but I'll show you more of it the other way. So just up the hill from where I was in the Catfish Park, I'm a bit out of breath, so I've just climbed up the steps to get to this point, is this old stupa. As I said, the town dates back quite a few centuries. No idea how old this is, but it looks pretty old. It's pretty neglected with all the vegetation growing out the top. So there's remnants of the old town wall here. We're on the outside going into what used to be the old town here. And it looks like the old town had a moat as well. But it's on the inside of the walls, which is a bit strange. Unless it had double walls, not sure. Okay, so this is Wat Phra Kaew, and it's the oldest temple in Chiang Khong. And its claim to fame, which is in its name, is that it's briefly held the Emerald Buddha, which you can find in the Grand Palace in Bangkok. And it was here briefly when it was moved between Wat Shedi Luang in Chiang Mai and Luang Prabang in Laos. And there's something going on today because these ladies are bringing over food to all these people, so not too sure. There must be a wedding or something going on today. Maybe even a funeral. So it's believed at this temple that this shetty here was built in the 13th century, whilst the rest of the temple was renovated, I think, in the late 19th century. So this looks like it's the main point for goods. Looks like most stuff is leaving Thailand for Laos, and looks like they're also taking people as well. And then all the way along here, as I said earlier, you've got this sort of running track, and well, I'm using it as a cycle lane, but I've seen locals on it, so. Okay, so here we've got another statue of the Mekong catfish, or the giant catfish. And as I said, they breed them here, and they can grow really large, about 3 meters in length and about 300 kilos. And the flesh is meant to be a delicacy, and because of that they're on the endangered species list. Okay, so this is the city pillar for Chiang Khong, and basically this is worshipped by the locals for giving them protection for the town or city, and pretty much every provincial capital or historic town or city has one of these. And as you can see, it's fairly adorned with garlands and flowers, and it's, as I say, worshipped by the locals. So this is the Thai-Lao Friendship No.4 bridge, because there's 4 of them now that go over the Mekong between Thailand and Laos, and hopefully tomorrow morning I shall be crossing over it into Laos. But this was built in 2013 instead of taking the passenger ferry or the little boats across the Mekong in the town itself. And because of that, the town looks very quiet, very kind of downbeat. Yes, there's a couple of new hotels that look like they've been built since the bridge has been built, but a lot of people who used to stay in guest houses and hotels in town no longer do, because they can just simply go over the bridge and stay in Laos. So it looks a bit deprived. It needs some TLC. Okay, so just down the road from the Friendship Bridge is Wat Champa, and this is quite an old temple. There's an old round stupa here right at the back, but the majority of the buildings are very new. So this temple overlooks the Mekong, and it was built with many shrines to help protect the river, because at this point there's many reefs and rapids, many currents which claim lives for the local people trying to cross and use the river. And there's one particular legend which I'll put up on the screen for you. So I've just walked down some steps from the stupa at the top down to the river, and you can see here what I mean by very fast currents, because it goes round a tight bend here. There's these currents here, look. And there's the Friendship Bridge in the distance. Look at that. So I've just climbed up a very steep road. Be very warned if you're on a motorbike in particular, coming up to see this temple and this pagoda here. It's very tricky. As you can see, it's very, very new. It looks like it's still being built. And apparently it used to be on a rubber plantation, which is quite unusual to see in northern Thailand. I don't think I've seen any rubber trees before. So here's the view from the temple on top of the hill, looking down on the Mekong River. It's flowing downstream. On the other side is Laos. Way off in the distance is the border crossing. And you can see the road on this side that goes into Chiang Khong. And that's where I'm going to leave off this video for now. If you like it, then give me a big thumbs up, and why not subscribe to my channel down below. Until the next video, see you later.